Good evening, everyone. Tonight is one of those moments that remind us why we do what we do. It's not just about grades, rankings, or transcripts. It's about growth, resilience, and the people who help shape who we become along the way. To our top 25 students, this recognition is significant, not because of the number attached to it, but because of what it represents. It represents years of effort when no one was watching. It represents choices, choosing to stay focused, to push through challenges, to keep going even when you would have been easier not to. You didn't just succeed, you persisted, and that's what matters. But what makes tonight different, what makes it truly, truly meaningful, is that each of you has identified someone who mattered along your journey. Think about that for a moment. Out of all the classes, all the experiences, all the teachers, all the years, you chose one person. And that choice tells a story. To the individuals being honored tonight, you may not have signed up for this recognition, but your impact is undeniable. You showed up, you invested your time, you listened, you encouraged, you challenged, and you believed. And sometimes you probably didn't even realize how much it mattered, but it did. In education, we often talk about outcomes, but tonight it's really about influence, the kind that can't be measured by a test score, but can change the direction of someone's life. Students, years from now, you may not remember every assignment or every exam, but you will remember how people made you feel and who helped believe in yourself when it counted. And to those being recognized, you are part of that story now forever. As we celebrate tonight, I hope everyone in this room takes a moment to appreciate the connection between the effort and support, between achievement and encouragement. Because success like this doesn't happen in isolation. It happens in partnership. To our top 25 students, you have a standard of excellence. More importantly, you've shown gratitude, humility, and awareness of the people who helped you along the way. That combination will take you far. So congratulations to all of you, and thank you for reminding us that behind every great achievement is a great relationship. Congratulations.
Good evening. Welcome to the Top 25 Banquet. This is our 29th year recognizing our top students and their most influential educators. Students, it's an accomplishment to be recognized for your academic efforts and to have earned the privilege of honoring one of your most influential educators. Parents, I want to acknowledge your efforts in raising such wonderful sons and daughters. I know that it takes love and understanding, discipline, patience, tears, and money, just to name a few. And educators, what a wonderful statement these students have made by selecting to honor you tonight and the impact that you've had on their lives. This is truly one of my favorite events of the year. I look forward to hearing about how each educator made an impact on your life and about your plans for the future. Before we begin, I want to take a moment to welcome honored guests. You've already heard from Superintendent Shelley Monachino. We also have our Board of Education President Cynthia Frola here, Vice President Dave Hofer, members of the board Kelly Warner, Parker Mason, and for tonight, parent and board member Chad Lance. I appreciate your support of this outstanding event. I would also like to thank those who helped make this evening possible. Please give a round of applause to the woman who makes this all possible, Mrs. Michelle Hanna. "29 years ago, I was a post-bac student at the University of Akron with Mrs. Hanna. We were working on our master's degree. And the top 25 was a project that she did for one of the classes that we were both in. Obviously, that project was well received, and as the saying goes, the rest is history. 29 years. I also want to thank my administrative staff for their help and support in making this evening possible. Todd Lovell, Stacy Manzo, and Shelby Von Gunton. Also, thank you to Mr. Chenoweth and his crew for recording and broadcasting this event so that the community can celebrate with us as well. Thank you to the custodians and the kitchen staff for setting up and tearing down and serving. Educators, thank you for your commitment to the young people, for going beyond what's expected, and for building strong relationships with your students. You make a difference. Students, thank you for your effort in the classroom. You're the reason we come to work every day. Parents, I needed a little help with your thank yous. So here are your thank yous, right from the students themselves. I'm sure that you'll recognize some specifically for you. Others are general enough that I'm sure that they speak for multiple students and their parents. Top 25, I would like to thank my parents for teaching me that fairness isn't a given and the importance of advocating for myself. For always being here for me through all the challenges that I have faced, supporting me through thick and thin, and trying their hardest to make me the best person I could ever be. Thank you for driving me everywhere I need to go for school activities and clubs. Thank you for raising me to get to where I am now, as well as providing me with a proper education. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for buying me Starbucks. Thank you for being the lion. Thank you, for teaching me to be the lion and not the sheep. And even more for choosing to be supportive parents rather than helicopter parents in my education and social life. Thank you for giving me money to go to lunch every day. Smooches. Thank you for supporting me in meeting my goals. Thank you for pulling my car into the garage and always worrying for me. Thank you for listening to my ridiculous talking. Thank you for always pushing me to be the best version of myself. Thank you for always believing in me and being there when it matters most, and also for making me laugh. I have 100,000 miles of blood vessels inside me. If the word love were written on each atom of it, it would still not be 1/billionth of the love I have for you. Thank you for always being there and pushing me to do my best. Thank you for dealing with my loud music. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for moving me to Springfield and supporting me in everything I do. Thank you for being the biggest motivators. I would like to thank my mom for coming into my room every morning and asking, "Are you going to get up?" For always loving me and supporting me. Thank you for always being supportive and driving me all across the country for softball. Thank you for being my safe space on my worst days. Thank you for giving me a car. Thank you for raising me to be the person I am today. Thank you for making sure our house is never quiet. Thank you for always making me laugh and being there for me when I really needed it. So now that we've taken care of all the thank yous, let me explain the logistics of how this evening will go as we recognize each student and their educator. I'm going to call an administrator up here who will read the biography of the student. When you're called up, you will come up to the podium and wait for your turn. The student will read their essay that they wrote for their educator. The educator will have a minute or two to say something if they would like, if they have something that they would like to say to the audience as well. At that point, you're going to move over here to the table where I have a certificate for both the student and the educator. From there, you're going to go an exit on that side of the stage. Mrs. Monachino will be just behind the curtain, and she'll direct you out and around and out into the hallway, where you'll go back to the front of the auditorium again, the outside part, and you will get your picture taken with your influential educator, and then you can come back in for the rest of the program. So that's what it will look like. At this time, will you join me in welcoming Mr. Lovell to the podium as we begin tonight's program?
Good evening and congratulations, Top 25. Tonight we're going to start with Victoria Akers. Victoria is a College Credit Plus student through the University of Akron and Stark State. She is a 4-year member of Class Council and a 2-year member of National Honor Society. Victoria is also a 4-year letterman on the volleyball team and a 3-year letterman on the track team. In her free time, she loves to work and hang out with her family and friends. After graduation, Victoria plans to work full-time at Keystone Pediatric Dental Office as a dental assistant. While also furthering her education at Stark State, Victoria would like to work as a registered dental hygienist. Victoria is recognizing one of her volleyball coaches, Ms. Monica Ruzick.
Tonight I would like to recognize someone who has impacted my life in a way that goes beyond academics, Coach Ruzick. While I never got the chance to have her as my teacher, she has taught me more on the volleyball court than a classroom ever could. She taught me discipline, accountability, time management, leadership, and how to work under pressure. She pushed me to work hard no matter the situation, and is the reason I was able to accomplish everything I did. Looking back to freshman year, I was scared out of my mind. I had zero confidence in myself until Ruzick. She worked with me every day at every practice and even had special drills just for me. As much as I hated them at the time, looking back, I know I wouldn't have been the player I was without them. Throughout the past 3 years, she has pushed me and helped me grow so much, not only as a player, but as a person too. She has been here for me through everything. As many of you know, my dad was in an accident this past September. It was an extremely difficult time for me, but Ruzick was there. She not only came to visit us in the hospital, but she also helped me through every game and every practice. I never thought a coach could support you off the court until this happened. Knowing I had someone there for me, not just as an athlete, but as a person too, had a huge impact on my life. Coach Ruzick has shown me I am stronger than I think, and to always believe in myself, whether it is on the court or off. So while Top 25 is an academic honor, I know that the resilience, work ethic, and perseverance that helped me get here came from the volleyball court. Coach Ruzick, thank you for always pushing me, believing in me, and being there for me when I needed it the most. I wouldn't be the person I am today without your impact, and I will forever be grateful. Thank you.
First and foremost, thank you so much to Victoria for honoring me in tonight's program. It honestly has been an honor to be involved in your journey here at Springfield these past 3 years on the volleyball court. When I came into the program your sophomore year, you were a talented setter, but shy and oftentimes unsure of yourself. Through your countless hours of dedication, hard work, and drive to become the absolute best setter you could be, you became more confident in running your offense, becoming a true leader on the court this past season. As I've said to you in the past, I know that I was tough on you, but that's only because I wanted to see you reach your goals and aspirations for the game come true, and you made that happen. You set Springfield records for a setter and won awards due to your setting that we may not see here at Springfield for some time. I know that by the end of your senior season, you were definitely sick of hearing turn, hips, set your feet. It's an inside thing. She understands what I mean. But it worked. 1,264. Just remember that number. It should be up on that wall soon, hopefully. I'll miss our eye and hand conversations from the bench during games, or through the net conversations at practice. You were just an absolute joy to coach. You are an amazing, resilient, and strong young woman that can handle anything that comes your way. You proved it this fall when nothing was easy. And every day was an unknown. Never forget your strength, your resiliency, and your tenacity. Anything is possible for you in this world as long as you believe in yourself and push yourself. Again, thank you for this honor. Thank you to your parents for entrusting you to our care here at Springfield, and I honestly cannot wait to see what your future holds. Thank you.
Our next two honorees, Alexis Bell. Alexis Bell is a College Credit Plus student through the University of Akron and Cuyahoga Community College. She is a 2-year letterman on the cross-country team and a 1-year letterman on the track team. In her free time, she enjoys baking, running, and spending time with her friends and family. After graduation, Alexis plans to attend Cuyahoga Community College to pursue a degree in diagnostic medical sonography to become an endocardiographer. Alexis has chosen to recognize her health teacher as well as her coach, Mrs. Michelle Zargis.
Thank you. All right, good evening, everyone. I met Mrs. Zargis when she was my health teacher, but I really got to know who she was when she became my cross-country and track coach. All right? Who is Coach Zargis? It's homecoming day. Nobody wanted to be at the Legends cross-country invite. We all wanted to do our hair and our makeup and get our nails done. And we're 150 girls lined up on this line in 85-degree weather. And we're all complaining. It's too hot. I don't want to do this. I don't even know why I wanted to run cross-country. And Coach Zargis, she hears this, she sees this, and she turns to our team, and she goes, girls, listen. You have all night to be beautiful at homecoming, but right now, run ugly. Go, catch somebody. And that's who she is. She loves ugly, sweaty effort. And she's taught me to set aside talent, ability, reputation, what you look like, what you want to look like, what others think of you, and just say, no, right now, how hard can I put my nose to the grindstone and never let off the gas? Because that's where winning is made, in the ugly. When you don't want to be there, where it's hard, it's too cold, it's too hot, you're uncomfortable, you're hungry, you want to go home, but you keep going, because it's about the process. Ugly's the standard. Coach taught me that. So be humble, be hungry, and always, always be ugly. Thank you, Coach, for making me ugly.
Good evening. Thank you, Alexis. Congratulations, everyone who is here. It's a great honor. By the way, I never called Alexis ugly. I told her to run ugly. In fact, I believe she has her varsity jacket with not Alexis on it, ugly written on it. She just embraced the attitude that we were trying to give out there, and she has always been just an awesome person, but also an excellent student athlete. She puts the student before the athlete, but she is ready to work no matter if it's her being a student or being an athlete, and it's really an honor to be here for her. Thank you.
Our next two honorees, Liliana Bittinger. Liliana Bittinger is a College Credit Plus student through the University of Akron and Kent State University. She is a current member of the French Club and a 2-year member of National Honor Society, where she serves as treasurer. She is also a 5-year member of the marching band, where she holds the position of the flute section leader and is the current vice president. In her free time, she enjoys drawing, painting, and playing her instrument. After high school, Liliana plans to attend Bowling Green State University, where she will double major in psychology and art and eventually pursuing a career in art therapy. Liliana is recognizing one of her art teachers, Mrs. Kelly Weiss.
Good evening. For as long as I can remember, I've loved any form of art I could get my hands on, from pencil to paint to clay. My passion for art has simply become a part of me I couldn't get rid of if I tried. It has followed me through the ages, including my days at Schropp, when I first had Mrs. Weiss as a teacher. While Mrs. Weiss has been a great teacher to me every time I've had her, my junior year is where she truly influenced me the most. The countdown to the end of high school had started, and admittedly, I had absolutely no idea what I wanted to do after graduation. My only lead was the fact that I couldn't even imagine leaving art behind, but that ended up scrambling my plans even more. As I struggled to find my footing in my future plans, Mrs. Weiss was the first person to wholeheartedly support me through all of it. She had watched over me as I worked through projects in our class, many of which ended up in my portfolio through the next year. She had cheered me through art competitions, even when we found out about the award ceremony the morning of. I still remember her having to hunt me down in 8th period as we tried to figure out how the award ceremony was supposed to go. Even then, she had made sure to attend and cheer me on the whole time. Her support throughout the year was monumental in helping me grow throughout the year and find my balance as I planned my future. Although I did not truly make my decisions on my future until much, much later, I was still super indecisive after all. That first nudge to help me find my footing was essential to put me on the path I am on today. Mrs. Weiss truly helped me flourish in both my art skills and my future. I cannot thank her enough for the support she has given me, and I hope she knows how much she has helped me. Mrs. Weiss retired last year, and I assure you, she's been missed this year.
So I told her when we were sitting there, "Are you going to make me cry?" She's like, no, well, okay. So to all of the seniors in the top 25 here today, I knew most of you when you were 12, and I had you at Schropp in art class in 6th grade. And I still picture you at this tall instead of this tall, and I am so happy for all of you. Liliana, gosh, I wrote you that long letter, so I wouldn't have to say it and cry in front of everybody, but there is this bittersweet moment now that since I've retired from teaching art for over 32 years, this past year has made me really reflect, and you wonder, did I mean anything to anyone? Was it worth it? And to be recognized today, it means more to me than you will ever know. That you thought I made a difference in your life, because you absolutely made a difference in mine, which started when you were 12. Not only is Liliana a talented artist, she's just a wonderful young woman. She is smart and such a good friend to so many people. As she studies art for the next 4 or 5 years, and then to eventually get her master's degree in art therapy, she will continue to help other people throughout her entire life with her love of art. So I am just so very proud of you, and thank you so much, honey, for this honor.
Our next honorees, Marissa Butler. Marissa Butler is a College Credit Plus student through Stark State and previously through Kent State. She is also completing her second year in sports medicine program at Portage Lakes Career Center. In her free time, she enjoys spending time with her friends and family, spending time outdoors, and trying new hobbies. After high school, Marissa plans to attend Stark State College, where she will major in physical therapy assisting. Marissa has chosen to recognize Mrs. Lisa Hostler.
When I was asked to pick a teacher that has had the biggest impact on me, there was one teacher that immediately had come to mind. That was Miss Hostler. When I first came to high school here at Springfield High School, my freshman year, I was a new student. At that time, when everything felt so unfamiliar and overwhelming, she was an anchor that kept me grounded and made me feel so welcomed here. From my first day at Springfield and continuing through the past 4 years at high school, she has continuously had an impact. Whether it was taking her class or just asking for help with any other subject, she was always there. Whether it was leaning over my desk, staying after the bell to make sure I had the necessary help that I needed, she was there. She helped me to feel like I wasn't just another name on a seating chart or just another student here in the building. Ms. Hosler made me feel like a real individual and took genuine interest in my success. She became a teacher I turned to for help and could talk to about anything. From day one, she was able to recognize that I was different and had many goals for my future. While others might have seen my ambition as just another high-achieving student, she saw the drive behind it. She became a huge aid in not only my success as a student here at Springfield, but also at Portage Lakes Career Center, and then also moving into my journey as a CCP student. While the transition to college-level courses was rough and felt like a mountain that couldn't be climbed, Ms. Hosler was the one reminding me that I belonged in those classes and that I could achieve my goals. There are many things she has pushed me towards in order to better myself and to meet my goals, often pushing me harder than I probably would have pushed myself. She taught me that being in the top 25 isn't just about ranking, it's about the character you build while getting there. Because of her, I am leaving high school not just with a diploma, not just with a high GPA, but with the confidence to know that I am capable of reaching every goal that I have set for myself. Thank you.
Marissa and I literally met on her very first day of school here. And when I found out that she was new, I immediately got into my, how can I and we help you feel more welcome, and what can we do for you? And certainly she was going to be new and lonely and lost, and I found out right away that Marissa is one of the most confident, independent, calm individuals that I've ever met. And I picked up on that day on the very first time we met. And she was a brand new student in a brand new high school in the gym on the first day of school. And there wasn't anything to be worried about. And not that I needed to be reassured about that. And just how lucky Springfield is that Marissa joined us. And like the other educators have said, I can't wait to see what the future holds for you, because it's going to be so great. Thank you.
Our next honorees, Hayden Davis. Hayden Davis is a College Credit Plus student through the University of Akron and Kent State University. He is a 2-year member of National Honor Society and a 2-year member of Class Council. In his free time, Hayden loves to listen to music, work, and hang out with his friends. After graduation, Hayden plans to attend Kent State University to earn a bachelor's degree in information technology and plans to find a career in cybersecurity. Hayden has chosen to recognize one of his elementary school teachers, Mrs. Cynthia Johnston.
If you asked me to list everything I learned in 5th grade, I probably couldn't do it. I don't remember the assignments, the tests, or most of the lessons, but I do remember the teacher. I remember how her classroom felt, and I remember how she made school feel like something that I really looked forward to. Mrs. Johnston was my 5th grade teacher, and she was one of, if not my favorite teacher growing up. Even now, as a senior getting ready to graduate, She's one of the first people I think of when I think of teachers who made a real impact on me. What I remember most about her class isn't one particular moment. I remember just the feeling of being there. Her classroom felt fun, welcoming, and it was comfortable in a way that's hard to explain unless you experienced it yourself. I remember sitting in class while she read us a story about Gregor the Overlander, and I actually remember being excited to hear about what happened next in the story. To me, it didn't feel like schoolwork. It just felt like a whole world that I got to be a part of. There's one memory that really shows the kind of teacher that she was, though. When Pokemon Go was popular, I ended up playing it with her and my mom, and we were even friends on the app. Looking back now, that's not really something you would expect from a teacher, but that's exactly why it stuck with me. She didn't just teach us, she connected with us. She made school feel less like something you had to do and more like someplace you belonged, and which is something that I really needed back then. At the time, I didn't think much about any of this. I was just a 5th grader going through the school year. Now, as a soon-to-be graduate, I see it differently. I realize that teachers like Mrs. Johnston are the reason students enjoy learning and feeling more confident in themselves. You don't always realize when someone is shaping you while it's happening. Sometimes you understand it years later. For me, that's what makes her stand out. Even though I didn't remember everything, I remember enough to know that she made a real difference in my life. As I move on from high school, that's something I'll carry with me, because the best teachers aren't just the ones who teach the lessons. They're the ones who leave a lasting impact. Mrs. Johnston is one of those teachers for me. Thank you.
Wow. When a student reaches back that far into 5th grade, it means so much to an educator. Hayden was a wonderful young man and still is. Don't think he's much different, maybe a little taller, but he's still the kind, wonderful young man he was in 5th grade. I'm very, very honored to be honored by him because I think he's the one that deserves the honor. Thank you, Hayden. That meant the world to me, and I appreciate you.
Our next honorees, James Dillmore. Jimmy is a College Credit Plus student through the University of Akron and Kent State University. Throughout high school, he has competed in track and field and cross country, as well as 1 year in soccer. In his free time, he enjoys being outdoors, spending time with his friends and family. After graduation, Jimmy plans to attend the University of Akron, where he will major in mechanical engineering. Jimmy is recognizing one of his junior high teachers, as well as one of his track coaches, Mr. Aaron Skaggs.
Throughout the couple of years of competing in high school running, there was one main thing that I could count on at the end of every season. That was a sports banquet. We would go over all the awards for all the athletes and all the different sports groups. We'll split apart. In my case, I'd be with the track or cross-country team. Then each athlete would go up. One of the coaches would talk about the athlete a little. One thing that I vividly remember is Mr. Skaggs giving me a little speech about me. And he would always start with something along the lines of, Jimmy is a cool guy. So I think that's how I should start my speech tonight. Mr. Skaggs is a cool guy, the coolest of the teachers, if I may say so. The last time I had Mr. Skaggs as a teacher was in 8th grade, so 5 years ago. And to be honest, I don't remember much. But I do, however, remember his coaching. Mr. Skaggs was never like the head coach of the team, telling us the workouts or getting the meets or practices scheduled. He was more of the team hype man. He mainly just yelled at us during practices or meets. He never cared if we were doing bad or good because he cared about every single one of his athletes. One time, he went out of the way to take me home when I didn't have a ride, and he even made the whole team breakfast. Mr. Skaggs is someone who I actually enjoyed talking with and conversating with. He's a great role model for all of his students and athletes. Fortunately, I was lucky to experience his presence. I was one of the select few students to be able to be inspired by this man. I thank you, Mr. Skeggs, for being someone I can look up to. I do have one question for Mr. Skeggs. Will I ever get that cross-camp breakfast from last year?
What?
The cross-camp breakfast. We never got it.
No, you never got to camp.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's my fault. Well done, Jimmy. That was, proud of you, that was well done. I know you're a little worried about it. I'll tell you what, Jimmy has changed heck a lot in this year. I mean, he's taller than me now, and the stuff he says is accurate. And I do remember this, you probably won't because you don't remember anything in my class. It was U.S. history at the time. And I call roll call in the beginning, just like all teachers do. And I'm up there and I'm calling the names and I see the name and I say, all right, Jimmy Dillmore. And hand goes up. Real quick, cool, we know. All right, it's Jimmy. And I always, usually when it's like a different name or it could be something else, I always ask the kids. And I say, I'm like, okay, well, there's a lot of things this could be. So I said, Jimmy, I'm like, you want to go, Jim? I didn't even get anything out. Do you remember this? He goes, it's Jimmy. I said, all right, I like this dude already. I said, the man knows what he wants. It's Jimmy. I was thinking it could be JD, DJ. I mean, I had all this going, and I never got to say any of it. So I knew then Jimmy had something about him. And as time went on in my class, I remember just watching him from week to week, and I'm like, dang, Jimmy gets it. And what I mean by that, some of you know, because you know you've had my class, is there's people that go through life and just go through things in general, and you know, maybe they blame it on other people, maybe it's just not their day, or they continue to make the same mistakes over and over and over again. That's not Jimmy. He figured it out real quick, and I could see it. He'd hang with certain people to the point and realize, you know what, I got to get things done. I'm going to go this route. And Jimmy, that's why you're top 25. You know how life works. You know what the right from the wrong, when you need to separate the two. And there are a lot of people that just don't. And in this room, I see a lot of you that really do. You get it. And you understand how it works. That's why you're here. One last thing I would like to say, Jimmy, is you don't really realize this, but I do. And there's a lot of people out here. As a teacher, things go on. And as a middle school teacher, you guys grow up, and I understand that. By your sophomore year, you're doing other things, and you should. You're going to be all successful people. Jimmy's one of the few that always takes the time. No matter where he was at or what he was doing, he would come and he would talk to me. Hey, how's it going? How you doing? Shake my hand. And we'd have a quick conversation going into Mr. Hanna's class. And a lot of people, don't do that. And that's okay. I understand. But I really respect that out of you, Jimmy. You did take the time. And in a practice, you did too. You'd roll up with your shades, the sun ain't even out, and you'd be talking to me about all sorts of stuff. And there was times I didn't even talk to certain people all practice, but not Jimmy. And like I said, man, I respect that. I appreciate everything you said about me. You're going to be super successful, and I wish you good luck. Thank you, Jimmy. Yeah.
Our next honorees, Kayla Gasper. Kayla Gasper is a College Credit Plus student through University of Akron and Stark State. She is a 3-year letterman for volleyball, basketball, and track. Kayla has served as a volleyball and basketball captain. She is a 4-year member of student council, class council, and also a 4-year member of Spanish Club. Kayla is a 2-year member of the National Honor Society, where she currently holds the position of assistant to the officers. In her free time, she enjoys spending time with her friends and family, hiking, kayaking, and playing sand volleyball. After high school, Kayla plans to attend the University of Akron, where she will major in nursing and eventually pursue her dream of becoming a CRNA, Certified Registered Nurse Anesthesiast. Kayla has chosen to recognize her volleyball coach, Mrs. Brianna Caslow.
So I chose Coach Caslow as my most influential educator for multiple reasons. Let me start from the beginning. She became the varsity head coach the summer after my freshman year, which is when I first met her. It was amazing to have a new coach come in and give me a chance. It gave me the confidence to believe in myself. I'm not sure she understands how far a little bit of faith goes for someone. She believed in me like no other coach had before. That faith shaped me into the volleyball player and person I am today. And I want to thank you for giving me a chance when other people didn't. After knowing me for a few years, she could easily tell if something was wrong or bugging me. She could read me like a book. She always knew if I was in my own head or just by looking at me. She was one of the few people who could snap me out of it and get me back in the right headspace. Whether that was telling me something encouraging or pulling me off the court mid-game and giving me a good talking to with colorful words. She did all that because she cared and believed in me and knew I could do it. Whether it was on or off the court, she knew something was off with me before I did. Last summer, during open gym, she called my mom late on a Friday night, saying that she was worried about me and that I wasn't myself. Even though I told her multiple times that I was fine, she didn't believe me, so she did call my mom. In the end, she was right, and I did have medical issues that I did have to deal with. Now we joke about it and saying that she should be a doctor as her side job. But besides that, I want to point out a few fun things about Coach Caslow. Her 90s to 2000s playlist, that was pretty good, but we did have to listen to it every single day. She did make us do TikToks, even though she had to have Haley edit and record them, because she had no idea how to. She laughed at my clumsiness daily. She had her own sign for senior night with her famous "wait, wait, wait, go." She never would sugarcoat anything. She would just tell us how it was and would then end it with "clock it." Like every team, we did have our ups and downs, but it was such an amazing 3 years. I'm so glad that you were my coach, and I would never have it any other way. And I want to thank you for making me love volleyball again. Thank you for believing in me, and thank you for bringing my confidence back, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to play JO. I am having so much fun thanks to you, and I wish there was another phrase other than thank you that I could use to show how grateful I am, and how grateful I am that you were my coach these last 3 years. I wish I could make the speech longer and say thank you for everything that you've done for me, but I do have a time limit, and if I didn't, I could talk for an hour. So I just want to say thank you again from the bottom of my heart.
Well, thank you. This is not the first time that I've talked about Kayla. Sophomore year, you got a few awards. Junior year, a few more. Senior year, even more. She is the definition of scholar athlete. I didn't even know GPA went that high until she told me what hers was. Had no idea that these numbers even went that high, so that's just absolutely amazing. I've said so much, like you said, we cried, you've cried. I've used nice, colorful words. Her mom said it was okay. It was fine. We talked, we hugged. The season was unforgettable. It was my last season here, and truly you made it the best season. You're amazing, everything you do. It's amazing, you work hard. I've said it, and I'll say it again. If my daughter is half as amazing as Kayla, then I did something right. So congratulations, and congratulations to all the other volleyball players tonight.
Our next honorees, Heidi Heilman. Heidi is a College Credit Plus student through the University of Akron, Kent State, and Stark State. She has been president of Student Council for 4 years and served 3 years on class council and Spanish Club. Heidi is also a 2-year member of the National Honor Society. Athletically, Heidi is a 4-year letterman on the volleyball team and also on the track team. In her free time, she enjoys being with family, hanging out with friends, and going on walks. In the following weeks, Heidi will be enlisting in the Air National Guard, working as an aerospace medical services specialist. Additionally, this fall, Heidi will be attending classes at Bowling Green State University, where she will major in nursing. While in school, she plans to work part-time as a phlebotomist. After receiving her bachelor's degree, Heidi plans to attend medical school to pursue her dream of becoming a physician, specializing in excuse me, gynecology and obstetrics. Heidi has chosen to recognize her biology and algebra teacher, Mrs. Meredith Gray.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Tonight, I want to honor a teacher whose impact has led me to standing on this stage within the top 25 of our class. Looking back, I owe a huge thank you to my astounding freshman year biology and Algebra 1 teacher, Mrs. Gray. Traveling back to freshman year, I was blessed to have Mrs. Gray as a teacher, not only once, but twice a day. Now, I'll be honest, I did a lot of studying for her classes, but because of this, I was able to learn what study habits work best for me my freshman year of high school. Many students don't figure these out until mid-college or maybe even ever. I believe this is the reason I'm up here tonight. I was able to use these strategies throughout my 4 years of high school and found success in all of my classes. Her classes taught me that if you put in the time and effort, you will see results. Inside the classroom, Mrs. Gray hands-on activities made coming to her class every day so much fun. We did many experiments and projects and made coming to school feel like more than just memorization. With her teaching style, it was easy to absorb the material, so much so that as I sit in my senior anatomy class, I can recall covering some of the same lessons 3 years ago in her biology class. Since we always worked hard in our class, once a month, she would reward us with a biology party. It gave us something to always look forward to. Looking back, I've made so many amazing memories in our classes. Beyond high school, Mrs. Gray has been beyond supportive of my career goals. She's always set me up for success in college already. She's taken the time out of her day on multiple occasions to talk about my future plans. We've discussed college courses, majors, and medical school. She's given me a personal insight on what to expect. I'm confident in my future endeavors thanks to her taking the time to answer all of my questions. Mrs. Gray has made a tremendous impact on my education, and I will forever cherish having her as a teacher. With setting the baseline for my study habits, hands-on lessons, and guiding the steps I need to take to achieve my dreams, Mrs. Gray has always set me up for success. I appreciate her so much and want her to know how much her support has meant to me. Thank you to Mrs. Gray, my freshman year teacher that has made a lifelong impact.
Thank you so much. Heidi did not need me to learn study habits. From day one, she worked hard every day. The perseverance. One of the projects we did in algebra was a Desmos activity where you had to create a design. Most of the students made a house or a star. Heidi spent so much time, she created a cow. And this cow had spots on it. It was the most gorgeous creation you could do, all with different functions. And just her perseverance is going to take her so far. You are going to be a fabulous doctor, and I'm so proud of you.
Our next honorees, Ella Ingham. Ella is a College Credit Plus student through the University of Akron and Kent State University. She is a 4-year member of Class Council and a 2-year member of National Honor Society. Ella is a 4-year letterman for competition cheer and a 3-year letterman for sideline cheer. In her free time, she loves to work, hang out with her friends, and walk her dog. After high school, Ella plans to attend The Ohio State University, where she will major in social work. Ella would like to eventually have a career as a child life specialist. Tonight, Ella has invited her Spanish teacher, Mrs. Julie DiTomaso.
Good evening, everybody. Senora DiTomaso is one of those teachers who not only teaches students, but also makes sure that her students know that they matter. The past 5 years with her have been nothing but special. I will say, when I first had her, I was very quiet because I was too scared to express myself. Senora can be a little intimidating, but fortunately, her intimidation factor didn't last long. My whole life, I've been told that I was too much or I was annoying, so I was very conscious of what I said or did around my classmates. One day, when I was sitting in Spanish class, I made a really silly joke or I did a really silly dance. We're still trying to figure it out. And I just remember Senora looking at me and with a smile on her face, kind of giggling at me and saying, "Promise me you will always stay weird." That one sentence left a lasting impact on me, and she taught me to always be true to myself no matter what. Senora has taught me more than just lessons in the classroom. She's taught me confidence, honesty, and how important it is to laugh, especially on the hard days. There's never a dull moment in Spanish class. I looked forward to each year I had her, and I was more than lucky to have her for all 4 years of Spanish, even if she doesn't remember 8th grade. I never left that class upset, only when she didn't show up and didn't warn me about it. I'm going to miss seeing all of her cute outfits because she has the best style ever. I'm going to miss asking her about all the fun trips she has been on, and I'm going to miss ranting about the same things over and over again and her calling me a little dramatic. She does humble me when she says that. Most importantly, I'm going to miss the safe space that she provided me. I don't even have her as a teacher this year. As many as you know, I'm still in her class every other day. And if that doesn't show you how much I treasure that bond, then I don't know what will. As many as you even know, it's Senora's last year, and I keep telling people that Senora is retiring because I'm graduating. Because everyone who knows me knows about Senora. So it has to be a little true. So this is my thank you for not just being a teacher, but for someone who saw me for who I really am and reminded me to stay that way. I will forever be grateful that I got to be one of your students and we got to build such a beautiful relationship. And I can't wait for the day when I finally convince you to take me to Italy. So thank you. Thank you for everything.
Thank you. Thank you. I did jot a few things down so I don't have to look at the audience. And I'd like to thank Mr. Skeggs for his long-winded speech, so my short-winded speech everyone appreciates. Ella, thank you so much for this incredible honor. Being chosen as your most influential teacher means so much to me. In teaching Spanish, I have the unique opportunity to have students 3 and sometimes 4 years in a row. And I'm very fortunate that you were one of those 4-year students. It's been a joy to watch you grow into the confident and inspiring leader that you are today, and I'm so proud of the way you've learned to stand strong in who you are and what you want. Your positivity in the classroom every day has always been contagious, whether you are rooting on your Quizlet teammates or entertaining us with your Disney sing-alongs. You always brighten the room. I want you to know that you've made a lasting impact on me as well, and I can't wait to see all the amazing things that you're going to accomplish. Congratulations, and thank you again.
Our next honorees, Samuel Jones. Samuel is a College Credit Plus student through the University of Akron and Kent State University. He is a 2-year member of the National Honor Society, was a member of Junior Class Council, and is a current member of Senior Class Council, and is a member of the 24-25 Junior Leadership of Akron class. In his free time, Sam enjoys spending time at home with his family and online with his friends. After graduation, Sam plans to attend Kent State University as an exploratory major while working towards finding a career path that fits his interests and strengths. Samuel is recognizing one of his social studies teachers, Mr. Matthew Graves.
Good evening. Now, I'm sure this man needs no introduction to many of you because he is wonderful, and I'm sure many of you have had whether good or bad experiences with him. But looking back, I've had a lot of great teachers, but not many of them have really stood out as much as he has. Sure, there are still great teachers, and I'm sorry for not giving you the recognition that he's getting, but Mr. Graves touched a special place in my heart because of just how nice of a teacher he is. He's taught us many things, whether it be the history he's taught us, or how he can get angry when things don't go his way. He has had a lasting impact on me, and I'm sure he's had a lasting impact on many of you as well if you've had him. Now, I want to just say, thank you for everything you've done for us. And as long as you keep throwing notebooks and pens and threatening us to use stencils when we're about to write something, I'm sure you will always be a great teacher for all of us. Thank you.
All right. First of all, Sam likes to embellish the truth a little bit. He has told other students this for years, so they're always afraid to teach the Advanced Placement United States History class, also known as APUSH. So Sam always tells these stories, and I maybe threw a notebook into the recycle bin one time. Maybe I threw some markers, but no, I try to get kids to write specifically because they have to do that for the test, which is coming up for this class next week. But with Sam, seriously though, I always have to teach kids to be specific and write more, but it's not Sam. Sam likes to write a lot, but it's a timed test, so Sam, you gotta cut down on this because he just keeps writing and writing and writing like he talks. But no, seriously, he's a great student, unbelievable, very analytical. I think he should go into maybe teaching history or something since he's exploring it. He's a great leader, and there's some more things I wanted to say, I can't remember. Anyway, Mr. and Mrs. Jones did a great job with him. He is a fantastic young man, great student, but also even a better person. He's very kind, and he always looks out for others. So, thank you.
Our next honorees, Grace Lance. Grace is a College Credit Plus student through the University of Akron and Kent State University. She is a 4-year member of the Student Council, where she serves as secretary, a 4-year member of Class Council, and a 2-year member of the National Honor Society, where she also serves as secretary. In her free time, Grace loves to read, listen to music, work, and hang out with her friends. After graduation, Grace plans to attend Bowling Green State University and pursue a degree in middle-level education to eventually become a middle school teacher. That's brave, Grace, not gonna lie. Grace is recognizing one of her English teachers, Mrs. Kelly Umanansky.
Hi, everybody. So throughout my 13 years as a student, there are a few people who have impacted me. Miss Umanansky has had the most influence on me. Miss Umanansky always seems to know when I could do more or do better, even when I thought my work was good enough. Instead of accepting the bare minimum, she believed in me, and she pushed me farther than I thought I could go. Yes, at times, this was very frustrating. Looking back, I realized that she saw something in me. I realized that her high expectations were not meant to discourage me, but to help me grow. She believed that I was capable of more, and because of her, I came to believe it too. One of the most meaningful ways Ms. Umanansky influenced me is by solidifying my career path. Seeing the way she connects with her students and the ways she encourages growth, the ways she makes a lasting impact, confirmed that I want to do the same for others. Sorry. Ms. Umanansky showed me what it truly means to be an educator, not just someone who teaches, but who also inspires, supports, and believes in each and every one of her students. Because of her, I feel confident in my decision to pursue a career in education. Ms. Umanansky, I will always remember you for the way you pushed me to be my best. I will always remember the advice you gave me and your confidence that I would thrive at Bowling Green. I will always remember you for showing me how important teachers are to their students. And most importantly, when I become an educator myself, I will always remember you as the inspiration behind the teacher I'm becoming. Thank you, Ms. Umanansky.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, that was beautiful, and I'm so flattered. Thank you so much, Grace. First of all, class of 2026, you're a gem and a diamond in the rough, for sure. I have fond memories of so many of you in English 9 or CCP. I just had to say that you're top-notch, and I have the utmost respect for so many of you, except for that time I had to ban the word fat in 9th grade English. You remember that. Grace is a beautiful human being. She really is. And I remember her in 9th grade, a quiet student in my class. And we do a lot of analytical thinking, deep thinking in class, and I read over people's answers to countless questions. And you can have, English is a gray area subject. There's not always a right or a wrong answer, but Grace's answers always matched with mine. And in my head, I was like, this girl is special. So that was a key to the start of this, I don't know, teaching route, maybe. And then I remember in CCP, one day after class, Grace and Heidi were talking to me about classes you have to take to be a teacher, what it's like to be a teacher and a coach. And I was like, why are you guys asking this question? And they said, because we want to be like you. And it floored me, honestly, and made me think about the influence we have as educators and how you never know what you're doing, or what you're saying, and how it is impacting your students. And really, it made me freeze up for a second, and I was just touched by the fact that they saw me as something they wanted to be. We lost Heidi. She's going into the medical field. But Grace, like Mr. Lovell said, is going down that brave route. I know she's going to be wonderful because she is a wonderful person. I learned my teaching nature from my own mother, who's sitting here today. And it really starts with a good heart. And that's what Grace has. So thank you so much, Grace. I so appreciate it. She's going to my alma mater. I mean, it's all going to work out great. So thanks, everybody. Thank you, Grace, especially.
At this time, I would like to welcome Mrs. Stacy Manzo to the podium to read the rest of our honorees.
Good evening, everyone. Our next honoree is Baron Lang. Baron's a 4-year baseball and football letterman. He's also a College Credit Plus student through the University of Akron and Kent State. Baron's a 4-year member of Class Council and a 2-year member of the National Honor Society, where he's currently serving as the Sergeant at Arms. In his free time, Baron enjoys hanging out with friends and family, listening to music, playing sports, playing Xbox with friends. After graduation, Baron plans to attend the University of Akron, where he will major in electrical engineering. Baron has chosen to recognize one of his elementary teachers, Mrs. Christine DeLauro.
All right. When it came time to pick a teacher who influenced me the most and honor at the top 25 banquet, I knew exactly who I was going to pick. I had a goal to be in the top 25 my entire life. Well, my entire high school career. And along the way, I did have teachers who did have their own influence on me, but nobody really impacted me as much as Miss DeLauro did, all the way back in 4th grade. Just walking into a room at open house, it all felt a little different. There weren't desks, there were tables, and everything was so clean and organized. I stood in line with my parents waiting to talk to her, and it took absolutely forever. She was talking to everyone, and all I could think about was going back to baseball. But when it was finally my turn, I was like, all right, let's do this. I'd say my name, and then my mom would go and ask 100 questions about the same thing every year. But Ms. DeLauro didn't do that. She talked to me personally. She shook my hand and asked about my favorite things, what I didn't like, and even what I did over the summer, which on a personal level, as a young kid, really means a lot. And then I also found out that her husband worked at the concession stand. So that's pretty cool. Miss DeLauro was always about knowing her kids as people, not just kids. She got to know us and treated us as individuals and not as just the kids she had for 1 year. She treated us like we were her kids. And it was really, really nice. She would let us struggle, but that's a part of the process. She helped us get the answers, but not give them to us. She didn't want us to just fit into a box. She wanted us to be our own special selves. And that's really touching, I mean, as a young kid. I was also a weird kid who couldn't sit still, so she would let me walk around because when my young, active mind would walk around, I worked better. And somehow I ended up with a dustpan and a broom, and I'd be sweeping the room. So most people that know me know I'm pretty hard on myself, but Ms. DeLauro helped me understand that with failure comes success, so you just have to trust the process. She taught me not to be afraid to fail, and that failure is just a part of the process. She taught me that you're going to face hard things through life, hard classes, hard teachers, hard places, hard games. Everything's going to be hard, but you have to persevere through that. And when you get lucky to get assigned a teacher at the age of 10 who impacts you throughout your entire life, that's pretty special. So I wanted to thank Ms. DeLauro for not just being an amazing teacher, but for helping me become the person I am today. And I hope that every student who gets to sit in her classroom knows just how lucky they are. Thank you.
Good evening. It was truly a pleasure to stand up here and an honor. Thank you so much. I did first meet Barron in 4th grade a long time ago. He was an energetic, lively boy who needed movement in his day, someone whose curiosity and drive simply couldn't be contained by sitting still for too long. Fortunately, he was placed in the perfect class. That class, much like the ones I teach now, was always on the move, never staying in one spot for very long. It provided just the right balance of structure and flexibility, giving Barron the movement he needed to stay focused, engaged, and successful throughout each day. From the very beginning, the very first thing I noticed about Barron was his inquisitive nature. He asked thoughtful questions, explored ideas deeply, and approached learning with an eagerness that really set him apart. He was also a diligent and meticulous worker, what I would describe as a true perfectionist. He took pride in his work and held himself to high standards, always striving to do his very best. But as the year went on, Barron learned something even more important than academic skills. He began to understand that perfection is in the eye of the beholder. He discovered that growth comes not from getting everything exactly right the first time, but from trying, reflecting, and improving. And the truth is, he was already perfect, just as he was. That mindset didn't happen by accident, though. Barron was raised by parents who instilled in him strong values and a healthy perspective on learning and life. He was taught that mistakes are not failures, but opportunities. So I would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to Miranda and Jay for raising such a polite, respectful, and grounded man. Barron, as you move forward after graduation, I want you to know how proud I am of you and the person that you've become. You're resilient, thoughtful, and very capable, and I have no doubt that you'll be successful in whatever path you choose, no matter what obstacle or even challenges within yourself you may encounter. I wish you nothing but the very best in all you do, and keep asking those questions, keep growing, and most importantly, keep being unapologetically yourself. Thank you.
Our next honoree is Crawford Memmer. CJ is a College Credit Plus student through the University of Akron and Kent State University. He's a 4-year member of Class Council and a 2-year member of National Honor Society. In his free time, CJ enjoys playing basketball, pickleball, disc golf, listening to music, spending time with family and friends, being with his dogs, and being outside. After high school, CJ plans to attend the University of Akron, where he will major in mechanical engineering and minor in business. CJ is recognizing his physics and CCP science teacher, Mr. Craig Mancuso.
Hi. I think we all know the saying, the man, the Cuso, the legend, Mr. Mancuso. Thank you, Mr. Mancuso, for selecting me as your most influential student. It means the world to me. Okay. Seriously though, thank you, Mr. Mancuso. Thank you for being such an amazing, influential, and enjoyable teacher. It has been a joy and a blessing to have had you as my teacher. Throughout my time in high school, there has never been a teacher I've been more comfortable asking for help when I get lost or confused. In some classes, I worry about making a simple mistake and trying to fix it or get help. But when I'm in Mr. Mancuso's class, I know that even if I ask an easy, stupid question, one I should know the answer to, or ask for help on anything, I know that he'll help me. And it's very comforting for me and makes me much more open to asking those questions and seeking help. Mr. Mancuso's classes are always a highlight of my day. He's fun to talk to and to listen to. He always shows me and all my other classmates an insane amount of respect for teenagers. The way he teaches his classes and maintains such a relaxed atmosphere is incredibly helpful for me. He is lenient and kind with late work, which is also awesome because I can forget to do work pretty often, and it's nice not to have to stress over it like all my other classes. Unfortunately, I don't have all that much interest in a lot of the stuff we've learned about recently. But I would gladly learn every bit of it again and again as long as he is who's teaching it, because he makes me enjoy it, even if it's stuff that I don't have a particular interest for. I can only hope that once I get to college, my professors there will be near as great as you are at teaching and supporting students. Mr. Mancuso, I am so happy and so grateful to have had you as a teacher. You are an incredible educator, and Springfield is blessed to have you. Thank you so much, and I'm sorry in advance, because as much as I'd love to be, and as much as you'd love me to be, obviously, I don't think I'll be in any of your classes again next year. Thank you.
Thank you, CJ. Brutally honest, as always. CJ's a great kid. Bright, hardworking. Most importantly, he's a good guy. All right, he's a good person. I have no doubt he's going to be successful as he goes forward, and I wish him all the luck in the world.
Our next honoree is Ashlyn Miller. Ashlyn's a College Credit Plus student through Kent State University and the University of Akron. She's a 5-year member of the marching band, where she serves as the trumpet section leader, and a 2-year member of the National Honor Society. Ashlyn is a Portage Lakes career student in the Design, Communications, and Marketing program. In her free time, she enjoys spending time with her family, shopping, listening to music, reading, and photography. After graduation, Ashlyn will be attending the University of Akron to pursue a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree in photography and to become a photographer. Ashlyn has invited her school counselor, Mrs. Melinda Weekland.
Throughout my time in high school, I've never been the kind of student to build close relationships with teachers. I've always been shy, did my work, and kept to myself. It's not that my teachers weren't kind or helpful. I tend to stay quieter in classrooms unless I'm told to speak. I had thought I was never interesting enough to build relationships because I wasn't outgoing or into any sports. However, there was one person who stood out to me in a different way. I have known Mrs. Weekland for a short while, but didn't really interact until she became our counselor. Her son was a friend of my brother in high school. This created a connection for us that has become a relationship. Even though I don't see her often, she has always given me a warm welcome and expresses that she was happy to see me. Whenever I pass her in the hallway, she smiles and greets me, either to say good morning or to ask me what I got at the Reading Gate Cafe. To others, this is a small gesture, but to me, I felt noticed. As someone who usually doesn't talk much, being recognized and having an adult at school who feels approachable means a lot to me. For the first time, I wasn't nervous or terrified to go down the office. Emailing her wasn't scary, but instead comforting, knowing that any question I had would be answered. Mrs. Weekland has made every meeting and appointment with her more enjoyable. She would ask me how my week had gone, how I was doing, and how my family was. Every conversation that we've had, I knew that she sincerely wanted to take time to talk with me. When it came to talking about my future plans, I felt confident that I was in good hands and everything came more easily in conversation. Though we don't see each other every day, I have always appreciated being told that I was always welcome and valued by an adult figure at our school. She influenced me not through big moments, but through small ones that made my high school years more memorable. And for that, I will always remember her. I thank you for your kindness, support, and for always being there whenever I need you. As someone who has always been scared to speak up, you've made it easier for me to talk. You've been such an inspiration to many students with your time here at Springfield, and I thank you all for what you have done for me and countless of other students.
I don't know if it's just my age or if anybody else, I can't see everybody, thankfully. Is everybody out there crying, like with every speech, or is it just me? Because it's so cool to be a school counselor here at Springfield because I get to know all of the students, all 150 of you, and then the 25, top 25 for year. Congratulations to all of you, by the way, and to all of the educators that are here. I'm so privileged to work in such a wonderful district. As you're all standing up here talking, I'm just so proud of all of you, the students and the adults that I get to work with. I thank Ashlyn for saying such kind words because I am kind of bubbly, and I try to every day when I come to work. I try to be a shining light. That's my goal. So it makes me happy to know that even those little gestures that you see. And I'm really excited to see what Ashlyn does in the future because she's going to be so creative. She's in the band, she was a dancer, and she's a photographer. And I just encourage you to never quit being creative because life is hard. Am I right, everybody? There's so much seriousness and life is hard. And we need more people like you, Ashlyn, that are bringing the creativity and bringing the light and then just the positivity to everybody else. So congratulations, everybody, and thank you for the honor.
Our next honoree is Riley Moon. Riley is a College Credit Plus student through the University of Akron and Kent State University. She's a 4-year letterman for the track team and a 2-year letterman for the volleyball team. Riley is also a member of the National Honor Society, Spanish Club, Class Council, and Student Council, where she serves as the print and media coordinator. In her free time, she enjoys spending time with friends, reading, and staying active. After graduation, Riley plans to attend The Ohio State University to major in political science on a pre-law track. Riley then plans to attend law school to pursue a career as a corporate attorney. Riley is recognizing her track coach, Dr. Jody Burgess.
Good evening, everyone. The person I have chosen who has been significantly influential to me during my high school career is Doc B. While I've never had her as a teacher, she has been my track coach for the past 4 years. For those of you who have never had a chance to listen to a speech from Doc B, she always starts with a quote, so I would like to do the same. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. For the past 4 years, Doc B has truly embodied this quote. Her positive coaching style has led athletes to feel inspired by never focusing only on winning, but helping us grow as runners. Her positivity creates an environment where we can always feel encouraged, no matter our performance. She reminds us that our times do not define our abilities, but instead she empowers us to improve those times. Something small that I especially appreciate is that she always tells us good job as we run past her. And while it may seem like something small, being in the middle of a run and hearing that from a coach makes you feel so much better about your performance. Because of her, track is not a place that feels stressful, but is something I truly enjoy. One thing I especially admire about Doc B's coaching is the respect she has for every athlete. She values our feedback about what events we want to do, as well as our opinions on relays. We are never pressured into certain events, but instead encouraged to choose the ones we feel most comfortable in. While scratching an event isn't ideal, if we ever feel we need to at a meet, we are able to do so without disappointment. I am able to talk to her not only as a coach, but also on a personal level, knowing my decisions will be respected. Through her, I've learned that the best coaches aren't the ones who create fear, but the ones who create confidence. For the past 4 years, Doc B has not only been my coach, but somebody I truly look up to. While I never did get the chance to run cross country for her, there are many times I wish I had. She's been able to create an environment in sports where athletes feel inspired to become the best versions of themselves. I've not only grown as a runner, but also made some of my favorite memories from being a part of her team. So when I think back to the quote, I can confidently say that Doc B is the definition of a leader. I am so beyond grateful to have had the opportunity to be coached by her. Thank you.
Yay, us. I'm just going to say that first. Thank you so much for letting me be here. Students, great job. Parents, family, siblings, grandparents, great job. They didn't do this alone. Colleagues, great job. Yay, us. I love my job. I don't know if you know that, but I love teaching math. I love coaching just as much. Don't know that I'd coach for free, but I just might teach for free. I don't know, but I do love both of them. She says I'm going to start with a quote, but I'm going to end with a quote because I just want to talk a little bit about Riley. She is amazing. She has no idea what her potential really is. And as her dad says, she's here. She's got this many roads to choose from. She's going to pick one. And then when she gets through that road, she's going to have more because Riley Moon is not done. She's not even close to being done. I can't wait to see what she does when she gets there. But right now I can tell you, Mom and Dad, you did a great job. She's a great girl. And for everybody out there, no matter where your path is, I got to put my spectacles on because this is that quote Riley was talking about. No matter where you are in life, you can always use this. Don't forget to pray when you feel like worrying. Give thanks when you feel like complaining. And definitely keep going when you feel like quitting because there's always tomorrow. Great job, everybody, and thank you, Riley Moon.
Our next honoree is Jonathan Morrison. Johnny's a College Credit Plus student through the University of Akron. He is a 2-year member of the golf team and a 5-year member of the marching band. In his free time, he enjoys hiking, camping, golfing, listening to music, and playing bass and guitar in a band with his friends. After graduation, Johnny plans to attend the University of Akron, where he will major in education. Johnny would like to work as a high school science teacher. Johnny has chosen his biology teacher and his golf coach, Mr. Jack Morgan.
What's up, everybody? This is Mr. Morgan right here, and tonight I will be talking about why he's one of my biggest influences. So when I first met Mr. Morgan in 10th grade, I really didn't care about science, and most importantly, I wasn't the most respectful person. So one of the first memories I have with Mr. Morgan is, well, the first quiz in his class, and me and my friends would just screw around. I can't lie to you. And I never put in the effort, and that came true with the first quiz when I got an F on it and failed it completely. Another thing I have to mention, the inspirational quotes and videos that you play. Yeah, I fell asleep during most of those too. Mr. Morgan has always kept pushing and, kept me amused during class and everything. I stayed engaged after I failed the first quiz. And as for my golf coach, Mr. Morgan has always pushed me to be a better player and helped me figure out when I was doing wrong. Being new to golf 2 years ago, I really didn't know anything about it. I thought the sport was for old men. So, whenever he'd tell me to do something or fix my swing, he'd help me first of all, and then he'd say, great, now you do it. And then I'd do it, and I'd do the complete opposite of what he told me to do. And no matter how frustrated I ever got, he would always have something to say, either inspirational or tell me what to do differently. And that's one of the reasons why Mr. Morgan is one of the greatest coaches, and he could make topics very interesting. In all seriousness, though, Mr. Morgan has definitely had one of the biggest influences on me. He's one of the biggest influences for me to be a science teacher. And he's the reason I love the old man sport, it's golf. Thank you, Mr. Morgan.
Well, I hope I had an influence on something. One of the things that, if you guys were to get to know me a little bit, all right, I'm a very structured and organized individual, and it really bothers me if things don't go the way they're supposed to be planned in my head. And as a teacher, our jobs are basically to inspire, all right, and facilitate students. One of the things about Johnny, all right, I don't think he realizes, especially since I've known him for the last 3 years, he actually inspires me every day that I see him. Because he always comes to school with a smile on his face, even when he's on the golf course. And what was your first score? 72. A 72. That's what I shoot for 18 holes. This is 9 holes. But the interesting thing about that, he'd come off the last green and he'd say, I would be like, oh, how'd you do? I shot 72 with a smile on his face. And some of the things that we would just start to talk on and off the golf course, and he'd tell me some things about what he would be doing. Where was the trip to? Was it Montana?
West Virginia.
West Virginia? What was the first one that you traveled west?
Oh, we went to South Carolina.
Okay. This individual, I don't know, it was one day, he's like, hey, Mr. Morgan, you should see what I'm doing to my truck. And I'm like, what are you doing to your truck? And I'm like, because I'm building a bed in the back. And I'm like, well, a bed in the back? And I'm like, what are you talking about? He decided to go on a camping trip where he would actually live in the back of his truck for, how long did you do it? Like, it was like 3-4 days. I'm like, if that were me, my version of camping is the Hyatt, not that. But needless to say, Johnny inspires me because I'm such a structured person, and he is kind of what did you say tonight? It was one day at a time. I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow. And he's actually taught me more about kind of letting go and relaxing about certain things. So you inspire me more than what you think. Thank you, Johnny.
Our next honoree is Henry Wu. Henry is a College Credit Plus student through Kent State University and was previously through the University of Akron. He is a member of the National Honor Society, where he helps with tutoring math students. His primary passion ever since 4th grade is technology. Software development, security, electronics, all of those fields interest him. After graduation, Henry would like to combine his love for mathematics and computer science and will most likely specialize in cryptography. He plans to pursue a general computer science degree for his bachelor's degree before pursuing a master's degree in a specialized field. Henry has invited one of his math teachers tonight, Mrs. Lori Smith.
One thing I can take away from my time during high school is that I really, really like math. Throughout my 4 years as a high school student, I have taken 8 total classes of math, with half of those being college-level courses. So, naturally, I'd like to thank one of the 2 math teachers that I've had during my time here. Mrs. Lori Smith is my honored teacher for this event, and she was my teacher for geometry, algebra, and statistics, which covered 9th, 10th, and part of 12th grade. Her teaching style, let's say, wasn't the most popular among my peers, especially with the workload she gave. But I think it's what, made me good at math, because of the amount of practice problems. And her methods were what I took to do these higher level college courses. But beyond just teaching, her classroom was a place I could return to for other reasons. For example, during my junior year, I wanted to join the National Honor Society, but I never completed that application because I felt that I was missing some of the core requirements. So, in the following months, I found a tutoring opportunity for a math student in a credit recovery program. And even though she wasn't my math teacher at the time, she was the one that I went to for tutoring advice. And using that advice, I was able to help my tutee complete her credit recovery program. And even today, I'm still using her methods to tutor another student in Algebra 2. And I also use that tutoring to get into NHS. In closing, I'd like to give many thanks to Mrs. Smith for being an influential part of my life. Thank you for providing me with the necessary knowledge that I will need for my future endeavors in math. Thank you for giving me the advice I needed to teach others in math. And lastly, thank you for being part of the reason I enjoy and appreciate mathematics as much as I do. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Henry. I'm very honored that you chose me tonight. As Henry said, I first met him in 9th grade for geometry and again in 10th grade for Algebra 2. And then he left me for Doc B for pre-calculus. And then this current year he is, well, actually, let me back up. At the end of his junior year, he came to me knowing that I taught CCP, and he said, "What are you teaching?" "I'm going to take as many math classes as I can. I'm going to take calculus, I'm going to take CCP, I'm going to try and do it all." And as you guys can imagine, that's pretty unusual. So he did. He took some online classes. He took my stats class in the fall and is still in AP Calculus. So he's a very motivated student and a very, very hard worker. And Henry is a quiet student in the classroom, but obviously he gave a great speech tonight, and he isn't shy when it counts. So I am very proud of you. You have come out of your shell, and I know you're going to have a great future. So thank you so much. Congratulations.
Our next honoree is Justice Pence. Justice is a College Credit Plus student through the University of Akron and also through Kent State University. He's a 4-year member of class council and a 2-year member of National Honor Society, where he is serving as vice president. Justice is a letterman in baseball and football and a 2-year captain of the baseball team. In his free time, Justice enjoys spending time with friends and family and playing video games. After graduation, Justice plans to continue his education at the University of Akron, where he will major in civil engineering. Justice is recognizing his junior high science and his financial literacy teacher, Mr. Kevin Hanna.
Good evening. When I got the news I was in top 25, I was super happy to hear it. Expected, but still excited. Then they asked us to pick our top 3 teachers. I wasn't sure what to do. Maybe I liked one teacher, but I couldn't really write about him, or I loved another, but it was so long ago I could barely remember him. Nevertheless, after a lot of procrastinating and a little bit of thinking, I picked my top 3. Somehow Mr. Hanna fell in there. Now that I'm writing this and trying to come up with nice things to say, they're flooding my brain. Like in 7th grade, when COVID took the world by storm, I was online the entire year. It was super weird and unfamiliar. Lucky for me, when I joined my first Zoom call in 7th grade, I found a familiar face, Mr. Hanna, my older brother's past baseball coach. No matter the relationship, the fact that it was there made it that much easier to do school. That year, there was a time where my mom got really mad at me for sleeping through all my classes, and I tried telling her, it's really okay, I have the work done. Or, it wasn't even my fault, the Wi-Fi kicked me off. But she was tired of hearing it. She texted the only teacher whose number she had, Mr. Hanna, and he had my back. He told her that I was doing great in his class, and she believed him, and she stopped asking me. Then came this year. Something weird happened with my scheduling and the state legislature, and a few friends and I ended up in financial literacy to meet our graduation requirements. And there he was again, Mr. Hanna, from 7th grade science to senior year of financial lit. Thank goodness he was there, because he was able to make that class interactive, fun, and easy to do. Instead of ruining my first semester like I expected, financial lit added a little spice. Just like in 7th grade, Mr. Hanna came in clutch. At the end of the semester, my family and I went on vacation. I ended up missing a few assignments. And instead of just giving me zeros and letting me end the semester on a low grade, Mr. Hanna reached out. He told my mom and that I had missing assignments and gave us a few days to do them. So, obviously, I took the entirety of those days and turned it in at the last second. He graded the assignments and gave me all the points. Mr. Hanna may or may not have been my first choice, but he definitely deserves to be here, and I'm glad I get the honor to recognize him.
All right, so just being here, I've learned a lot about my colleagues. Like, Skaggs, I didn't know you cooked breakfast. Like, we love breakfast, and I teach right next door to you, so anytime you want to cook, we're good. Miss DeLauro, good job with the dustpan and the broom. If you're all right, I'm going to use that, because I got a few squirrels in my classroom, too. And then Mr. Caslow, constantly calling Mr. Graves the old grumpy man. Well, that speech that we heard today, that pretty much solidifies he's a grumpy man. So learned a lot up here. But talking about Justice, he was just a little guy running around Jed Park when I first met him. He probably doesn't even really remember that. And then he shows up on a little screen during COVID, and I get the pleasure of teaching him about weather and climate. He still remembers the clouds and the weather assignment. 8th grade, he showed up in person. Thank goodness that was the whole COVID thing was gone, so thank goodness that happened. And then I got blessed with that 6th period FinLit class. Pretty much the who's who of the top 25 was in that class, so that was definitely a blessing. And I think it was Baron Lang said that you just made him a better student in that class. I know, yeah, so. But anyhow, I don't believe that I had a huge impact on where he's going. The two individuals sitting right back there, Liz and John, unbelievable parents, unbelievable how they open up their home to your friends, to strangers, just great people. I'm blessed to know them. He's even more blessed to have them as parents. So I appreciate the honor, but it all goes to them. So congratulations on your accomplishments, Mr. and Mrs. Pence. Congratulations on yours. I might not have been his first choice, but John, you're still number one on speed dial when I need you. Thank you.
Our next honoree is Jenna Porter. Jenna is a College Credit Plus student through the University of Akron. She's a 5-year member of the marching band, where she was a section leader for 2 years. Jenna is also a member of the National Honor Society and the National Technical Honor Society. Jenna attends Portage Lakes Career Center as a student in the cosmetology program and is now a licensed cosmetologist. In her free time, she enjoys reading, painting, listening to music, and playing video games with her cousin. After graduation, Jenna plans to attend Stark State College, where she will major in business and entrepreneurship. Jenna would like to eventually own a salon. Jenna has invited her cosmetology teacher from PLCC, Mrs. Evelyn Berger.
When I was asked to select a teacher who influenced me the most during my time in school, there was one person I immediately thought of, Mrs. Berger. Mrs. Berger is one of the amazing cosmetology instructors at PLCC, and even though she's only known me for 2 years, she is the educator who has impacted both my educational life and my personal life the most. Over the course of the 2-year program, she has taught me everything I know about the industry. She's seen me through many crash outs and stressful moments during the school day and has calmed me down each and every time. She's also been so supportive of me and has encouraged me to be a part of many things way outside of my comfort zone, such as being a member of the National Technical Honor Society and competing in Skills USA. In the months leading up to the State Board licensing exam, Mrs. Berger had gone above and beyond to ensure that her students were as prepared as possible to take the exam. She assigned numerous homework assignments with over 1,000 questions overall. I sat and counted that for like an hour. And conducted a complete mock State Board exam, and I'm not kidding about the homework assignments. It was bad. It was over 100 questions a night. She's also been a major source of comfort and support after the recent passing of my little cousin. Without her support and understanding nature, I probably wouldn't have the grades to be standing here giving this speech. After graduation, when I'm out hairstyling on my own, she'll probably be hearing from me a lot with every question I can think of. Thank you so much for being my teacher.
Good evening, everyone. I'm so deeply honored to be here tonight, but more importantly, I'm excited to talk about Jenna. When I think about what makes her so special to me, some of the words that come to mind is hardworking and her kindness and perseverance. In the cosmetology lab, Jenna is a natural, and she's been an absolute joy to teach, but her talent goes far beyond her technical skills. Whether she's perfecting a style, performing with the Springfield Band, or preparing to represent us as a state contender for Skills USA in the job interview category next week, Jenna approaches everything with a level of grace and poise that is rare to see at her age. She has mastered the art of juggling a demanding professional program with her extracurriculars, never once losing her focus or her signature kindness. Jenna, you chose me as your influential teacher, but the truth is you have influenced me just as much. Your drive and work ethic remind me every day why I love what I do. I have no doubt you're going to walk into that state competition next week and into your future career, and you're going to wow them all. And I just want to let you know, I am sorry for making you wrap all those perms. And congratulations to you and to the rest of the top 25 here at Springfield Local Schools, and thank you for sharing a student like Jenna with us at Portage Lakes Career Center.
Our next honoree is Margaret Putt. Maggie is a 3-year College Credit Plus student through the University of Akron and Kent State University. Maggie is a member of the National Honor Society. In her free time, Maggie works at the Acme in Green, where she works in customer service. When Maggie isn't at work or school, she can be found deep within a book, spending time with family or sipping on a fun treat from Dunkin' or the Human Bean. After graduation, Maggie plans to further her education at the University of Akron. She will major in middle-level education with a focus on social studies and English. Inspired by her mother, Maggie plans to become a teacher. In the future, Maggie plans to pursue a master's degree in educational administration. She would like to work towards becoming a principal. Maggie has chosen to recognize one of her English teachers, Mrs. Jennifer Ronaldo.
Alrighty, good evening. When I first entered Mrs. Ronaldo's classroom as a sophomore, I couldn't possibly know how much of an impact she would have on my life. During my sophomore year, we bonded over our love for Jane Austen and the fact we both liked to read. I could have never imagined that her room would be a safe haven for me. I always enjoyed English 10, but when I left her room headed to my junior year, I thought I would never be back in her classroom. Flash forward to midway through my junior year, and I was a hot mess express. I didn't believe in myself, and I was spiraling. School wasn't a place where I felt safe nor comfortable. I needed help, but I didn't know how to ask for it. Then the option was given to me to switch to 11th grade English, which Mrs. Ronaldo happened to teach. Immediately, I knew that she would take care of me. When I first entered her room, I was scared. I was in a really dark part of my life, and I felt like everyone was the enemy. Now add in the challenge that I was switching classes mid-year. Doubts clouded my mind of how I would fit in, but immediately Mrs. Ronaldo made me feel safe and like I belonged. She made me feel seen and heard. She met me where I was and helped me rebuild. In her class, my confidence grew, and as it grew, so did my happiness. Mrs. Ronaldo's class was my favorite part of the day because I didn't have to keep my mask on. I could be vulnerable without feeling judged. She became one of my safe places, and I was able to start feeling like myself again. When I first came into her class, the class was watching the Dead Poets Society. This movie deeply connected with me, and so tonight I would like to leave you with the quote that best fits what you taught me. As Robin Williams once said, "Carpe diem, seize the day, make your lives extraordinary." You taught me more than just English. You taught me that it was okay to be myself, and that it was okay to not be okay. You made it possible for me to seize the day and be extraordinary. Thank you for everything.
Thank you for choosing me for this honor, Maggie. My memories of Maggie go back many years. I remember when she was just a little girl. It's hard to believe that she's a senior already. Some qualities I love about Maggie: her dedication to her studies, her passion for her beliefs, and her love for her family, especially her mom. I remember when she was a junior, she did her career unit presentation on teaching her future career. She's heading to the University of Akron Honors College to study middle education. She did such a nice job with the career presentation. I kept it as an example. In it, I want to share something she wrote. I've watched my mom grade papers and create lesson plans all my life, which has helped me to form my interest into the teaching profession. Growing up in the school environment and as a teacher's child has exposed me to the unique experiences which I think will help me in my future career. Overall, I can credit my mom for my interest in my teaching profession. I'm lucky to have gotten to know Maggie. I hope to keep in touch with her. I'm looking forward to her new chapter starting. I wish you all the best in your future. Thank you.
Our next honoree is Brianna Ruggiero. Brianna is a College Credit Plus student through the University of Akron and Kent State. She is also a member of Senior Class Council and National Honor Society. She's a 4-year letterman serving as captain for volleyball and softball teams. In her free time, she enjoys listening to music, shopping, spending time with friends and family, and caring for her 2 dogs and a cat. After high school, Brianna plans on continuing her athletic and academic career at Ursuline College, where she will major in business and pursue her dream of playing college softball. Brianna has invited her advanced chemistry teacher tonight, Mrs. Michelle Hanna.
Hi, I have known Miss Hannah for a very long time, way before I even stepped in her classroom. I would see her at my softball games, cheering from the stands, supporting not just me, but many other girls. At the time, I didn't think much of it, but looking back, it really showed the kind of person she truly is. Over time, our relationship grew beyond just school. I babysat her daughter, Taylor, and sometimes I even dog sat her dog, Shyla. Being around her outside of school let me see another side of her, not just as a teacher, but as a mom and a genuinely caring person. It made me realize that the way she treats her students, it isn't just a part of her job, it's who she truly is. When I finally had her as a teacher, nothing changed, in the best way. She was the same supportive, encouraging person in the classroom that she has always been at my games and outside of school. There were days when I didn't have a class and I'd just go sit in her back room and just sit and talk with her and get some of my work done. It's a place where I felt comfortable, like I could truly just be myself without any pressure. There were times when I doubted myself, both in school and in softball, and somehow she always noticed. She never pushed me in a negative way, but instead reminded me of what I was capable of doing. Hearing that from someone I knew who truly cared about me, it really made a difference. It helped me start believing in myself more. What stands out most to me is how she supports me in every part of my life, whether it's showing up to my softball games, checking in on me during the school day, or just being someone I can go to. She's always there for me. That kind of support, it's really rare, and it's something I don't take for granted. Because of Miss Hannah, I've grown more confident and more willing to push myself, even when things feel difficult. She made an impact on me long before I was ever her student, and even more once I was. She's more than just a teacher to me. She's someone I will always look up to and remember. Thank you.
Before I talk about Bree, I want to echo what Mrs. Humanansky said in the class of 2026, you are a diamond in the rough. I had these kids as freshmen in advanced biology. They were the first year as freshmen, or in advanced chemistry, sorry, and are actually sophomores, but they were the first year, and they buckled down, and they were so fun. Bree's right, we go back, and part of the reason we go back is when the Ruggiero girls were in Mr. Hannah's class, and we started traveling then to watch them play softball. Bree's an athlete. She epitomizes student athlete. She is a great role model for Taylor. She is so responsible and mature beyond her years. I can call her and say, hey, what are you doing? Can you go over and let Shyla out for us? And she does. She doesn't even hesitate. She will help in any way that she can. I am so excited for Bree to move on and experience college as a student athlete. She is going to do great things, and I can't wait to follow her. We will still be in the stands, Bree. We will still be there. I appreciate your kind words. I'm honored to have had a small part in who you are. But your confidence, your determination, and your perseverance is going to take you far, and I can't wait to watch. Thank you, Bree.
Our next honoree is Isabella Strader. Isabella is a 3-year college credit plus student through the University of Akron, Kent State, and Stark State. She's a 4-year member of class council, a 4-year member of student council, where she has served as secretary and is currently serving as vice president. She's a 2-year member of the National Honor Society, where she currently serves as president. In her free time, Isabella enjoys being with family, going on hikes, shopping, and going on long drives. After graduation, Isabella plans to work at the Cleveland Clinic Mercy as part-time phlebotomist. Isabella will be attending the University of Akron in the fall, where she will major in the Healthcare Administration ultrasound sonography track. Isabella would like to be a cardiac sonographer. She is recognizing one of her English teachers tonight, Miss Elena Jackson.
Hello, everybody. When asked, I had to think carefully about the teacher who made the biggest impact on me. Out of all the teachers I have had throughout my life, choosing Miss Jackson was easy. She wasn't just my AP language teacher, she was someone who truly saw me, even when I struggled to see myself. AP Lang was definitely not an easy class. There were moments when I felt overwhelmed, I doubted my abilities, and I questioned whether I was capable of succeeding at the AP level. Through all of that, Miss Jackson never doubted me. Even when I didn't believe in myself, she believed in me, and that is something I will truly never forget. What sets Miss Jackson apart from others, teachers, is not just her ability to teach, but her ability to care for others. Not only is she a great teacher, but also a big-time supporter in all Springfield sports. She always shows up to cheer on her students, and I always see her at the baseball games. Miss Jackson created a classroom environment where I always felt supported, encouraged, and safe to grow. She pushed me to think deeper, write stronger, and challenge myself, but she always did it with kindness and patience. She didn't just want her students to succeed academically, but she wanted us to believe in our own potential. There were a few times where I felt like giving up or settling for less than I was capable of, but Miss Jackson wouldn't let me. She saw something in me that I couldn't yet see, and she held me to a higher standard because of it. Looking back, I realized how important that was to me. She didn't just help me become a better student, but she helped me become more confident in who I am. The impact of a teacher goes far beyond the classroom, and Miss Jackson is a perfect example of that. The lessons she taught me weren't just about writing rhetorical analysis essays or analyzing the text of Sojourner Truth. They were about perseverance, confidence, and believing in yourself when times get hard. So today, I wanted to say thank you. Thank you for your patience, your encouragement, and your belief in me. Thank you for seeing my potential when I couldn't, and thank you for being one of the most caring and genuine teachers I have ever had. I will carry the lessons you taught me far beyond high school, and I am grateful to have had you as my teacher. Thank you.
So when Izzy was first in AP Lang, there were a couple things I noticed right away. She was kind, she was respectful, she had great fashion sense, and that she was driven. Every assignment I had, she had notes to the nines, and you could tell that she spent time and effort. But she wasn't always believing in herself that that effort had paid off. And one of the greatest things for me was to see her confidence grow throughout the year in herself. And one of my proudest moments was after her midterm, she came to me with a classmate and said, "I need more help. Can I spend more time doing AP Lang?" To which I said, "Are you okay?" But she and her classmate would come in maybe once or twice a week and do extra essays, extra writings, extra multiple choice, what I called Izzy Quizzies, to really practice and hone her skills. And it was such a sign of growth in her confidence that she was not only advocating for herself, but telling me what she needed and what she needed to grow and what I could do for her. So, Izzy, I'm so grateful that you asked me to be here tonight, and I'm so proud of you and to see that confidence grow. Please keep remembering to use your voice, and I know that life will be one big Izzy Quizzy, but I know you're gonna ace it.
Our final honoree of the evening is Ethan Walton. Ethan is a College Credit Plus student through Kent State. In his free time, he likes to play video games online with his friends and create art in all different types of mediums, from sketching to painting. Ethan also likes to stream games with his friends. Ethan plans to further his education at the University of Akron this fall. He will combine his love for science and making things to pursue a major in chemical engineering with a minor in business. Ethan has invited his art teacher, Ms. Elizabeth Kreitz.
So I first met Miss Kreitz in the 7th grade. I had her for junior high art 1. I don't really remember much from the 7th grade, but what I really do remember is Miss Kreitz always made art fun and enjoyable. That's where my art began to grow. After 7th grade, Miss Kreitz sadly left. I continued doing art and getting better as the years went on. But during my 10th grade year, I took art 2. And I was so happy to find out that Miss Kreitz had come back to teach art again. I really loved her classes because I was able to take something from my own mind and use it to create objects. This was different from 2D art, but that you can only hang on a wall or where you make physical 3D objects, which I thought was really cool. Ms. Kreitz helped me grow as a person and be able to express myself through my art. This creative outlet helped me a lot throughout the past 2 years. It has helped me to express myself, and she's shown me how to create. My time in this class has been positive, but there are some instances where the kids in her classes aren't that good, and they always don't do their work, or they're talking, and sometimes it's very hard to concentrate, but I work past it. Ms. Kreitz doing art in her class allows me to relieve stress that I've had throughout the day. And being able to work with clay, right now I'm taking ceramics too, and being able to use my hands and work with the clay, it allows me to release that stress. It lets me to forget the issues that I've had throughout the whole day. This was last year. I had her for 3D Art 3, and I made this giant, I forget the artist, but I remember making this giant rock candy. It was about almost as tall as me. Ms. Kreitz is a wonderful and amazing teacher. I've learned so many things from her. Being able to just be myself and learning about different artists throughout the history and cultures from across the world. And I want to say Ms. Kreitz is the most wonderful teacher that I could ever have throughout high school. Thank you.
Oh, it's always so hard to talk after hearing things like that. Thank you. I feel very honored to be here tonight. I just want to tell you how proud I am of you as you graduate with honors, off to study chemical engineering. What a wonderful surprise for your path. It's been such a joy having you in class. Your gentle and kind spirit paired with your quiet creativity have always stood out. You never once complained, no matter the challenge. Whether it was painting, drawing, sculpture, or ceramics, you approached everything with thoughtfulness and determination. You consistently rose to every expectation, and that says so much about your character. Well, I'll admit I'll miss you, missing your artistic side in the classroom. I have no doubt that the creativity you've shown here will carry over into whatever you pursue. The world of engineering is gaining someone truly special. Thank you for being such a positive presence in my class. I will truly miss you.
This time I'm going to invite Mrs. Warner back up for some closing remarks.
So as we close for the evening, let me say that
this evening, although those top 25 students are here because they have the highest GPAs, it is about more than just grades. I hope that whether this is your first time at top 25 or your 29th, that you have the same understanding and feelings that I do when I'm here and understand why it's such a special evening. Something happens in school and the students not only learn the material that we've been charged to deliver to them, but they become unique individuals. I feel like there's been a common theme tonight about students figuring out who they are, not being afraid to be who they are, feeling seen for who they are. And God bless those of you who want to be those middle-level teachers, because those kids don't know that yet, and that's what makes them so hard. Before you leave this evening, we do want our influential educators and our top 25 students to come up on stage. We'll take pictures of everybody together, as well as just the teachers and just the students. So if we can do that before you head out for the evening, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Mr. Schaefer is taking the picture. If you can't see him, he can't see you, okay? Tell me what I need to do. Do I need to squish him?
Yeah, here.
Yes?
Yeah, you give him a little.
Okay, I need to squish you in a little bit. Squish you in a little bit. Okay? I was gonna stand up for a little bit. Is that better? That's good? Okay. Don't move, because he's gonna take a few, okay?
Smile.
Now the mic's on. Turn to me back. Don't move! Don't move! Don't go anywhere! Don't go anywhere! Wait, guys, if you're leaning on the table, don't, because I'm gonna pull it back now when anybody moves. All right, teachers, join in. Do not need to be by your seat. Do not need to be by your seat.
Hey, Mr. Hannah, why are you following me out like that? Why are you following me out like that? Where'd you go? I didn't know.
You just need to come home. Teachers, we need to see your faces. Go up a little bit, you guys. Hey, guys. Girls, go up a little bit. No, not the child. I didn't hear Lisa. You didn't hear.
That's that.
Put your head in the window. Stand on your tippy toes and put your head in the window.
If you see him, he sees you.
Beautiful. All right, everybody smile.
Why am I sitting by Jody? I wanted to see if I shoot.
All right, I gotta take the lens cap off. Gotta do it again.
Students, you're good.
I think we're going. Oh, okay, just kidding.